Hey everybody, it's Will. Welcome to Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Hey everybody, welcome back. And today we are checking out an 8-film collection, Jackie Chan. This is not particularly rare. Well, I guess depending on your definition of rare, you can find this online at a ton of online retailers for like $5 to $10. I got it for $5. I think at Target. I may have gotten it at Best Buy. And I totally did not expect to see it there, and I just came across it. I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan. At one point, my little avatar in my email was a picture of Jackie Chan, and then people get really confused because you're not Asian. And I'm like, that's fucking Jackie Chan. It's not supposed to be me. But people would meet me and be like, you're not the person I saw in that picture. So, okay, you don't know who Jackie Chan is. That's really more of your problem than my problem. But the reason I wanted to feature this is, well, there's a couple reasons. It has some lesser known Jackie Chan films that are actually really interesting and definitely worth seeing. But also because I think that a lot of people will big fans of Hong Kong cinema especially, are skeptical of sets like this. And there are some things about this that are not great. It's all dubbed versions of the films. It's not original Chinese language track with subtitles, while Cantonese language track with subtitles, which I much prefer. I'm a huge fan of all kinds of Asian cinema, and it is really annoying to have to watch the dubs. Japanese films really annoy me. Hong Kong films, it's frustrating. But plus side, Jackie Chan does his own dubs, so it's a little bit less annoying because it's actually his voice coming out of his mouth. So yeah, that's a downside, but this is not a bad collection at all. Picture quality is fine. These are good movies. If you see it lying around on a shelf at a Target or a Best Buy, it's definitely worth checking out. It's not something you should pass by with skepticism. The films on here are Battle Creek Brawl, which is actually an American film that Jackie Chan is in, that came out in 1980 and is actually really fun. It's like this adventure kind of film. I think it's set in the 30s. And Jackie Chan lives in Chicago, and his family has a Chinese restaurant, I think is the setup, and he's dating a white woman, and there's this kind of intercultural thing happening, and there's interesting historical stuff about Chinese immigrants, and then he participates in a big fight competition, basically. City Hunter is one of the most ridiculous movies I've ever seen. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just this totally gonzo, over-the-top, ridiculous, bizarre, insane. It's kind of homophobic, but it's worth seeing because it is so insane. There's a point at which he dresses up as one of the female characters in Street Fighter for no apparent reason and has a fight with someone. Crime Story, which is a really good movie. So Crime Story was released in 1993 and is interesting because it's more of it's a pretty serious kind of violent crime story in which Jackie plays a cop, and it's kind of more of the type of movie you'd expect to see maybe Chow Yun-fat in, if you think of the John Woo stuff that he was in, and movies like City on Fire, et cetera, et cetera. And it also touches upon real estate in Hong Kong and the real estate industry and the crimes of the real estate industry and the way that Hong Kong has changed over the years as it's entered the global economy. And it's a really interesting, pretty serious, badass thriller. It's definitely worth seeing. Magnificent Bodyguards, which is a very, very old film where he was trying to be more serious. This is from 1978. And more Bruce Lee style, serious kung fu ass-whooping beatdowns. It was not a success when it came out. Police Story and Police Story 2, which are classic movies and are definitely worth seeing. Dragon Fist, which is another one of those films from the 70s. So Police Story and Police Story 2 came out 85 and 88. And Police Story rather, is the movie that has that totally insane 10-minute long fight in a shopping mall, which you'll probably know if you're a fan of Jackie Chan or Hong Kong cinema in general. It's a pretty famous scene. There's a bit where he slides down a metal pole in the mall, 3 stories all the way down. It's totally insane. It's one of his best stunts. And there's a story where they had Christmas lights plugged into the pole, and they were supposed to plug them into a low output generator so that there would be no real electricity running through the pole. But somebody misunderstood that, plugged it straight into the wall. Jackie Chan got electrocuted, fell three or four stories down off this thing, and smashed through a gazebo on the or some kind of little hut in the bottom floor of the mall where they were selling stuff out of. And there was a mattress in there because that's where he was supposed to land. But I think he either broke his neck or almost broke his neck and was out of commission for a little bit. And then The Protector. So The Protector is a really interesting movie because it starts as this dystopian American movie about crime in New York City getting out of control. And Jackie Chan is a Chinese man who is a cop in New York City for some reason. And then they have to follow these criminals back to Hong Kong. And it is like such an 80s movie. It's really ridiculous. Really fun and definitely worth seeing. So, this is the Fortune Star 8-film Jackie Chan collection. I've probably spoken too much about it, but I really love Jackie Chan. I get excited about these things, and I like to talk about them. And like I said, this is only $5. This is not rare. You should definitely check it out.